Willkommen beim YouTube-Channel der Noisy Musicworld aus Berlin-Friedrichshain. Noisy, das ist der Ort, an dem sich Musiker treffen, proben, sich ausbilden lassen, sich ihr Equipment ausleihen und andere Musiker kennenlernen. Hier gehen internationale und nationale Künstler ein und aus und deswegen hatten wir heute auch die Ehre, die Citizens aus London, UK bei uns zu Gast zu haben. Das haben wir zum Anlass genommen, uns mit den Jungs mal ein bisschen über deren Meinung zum Musikbusiness, zum Thema Musikausbildung, Urheberrechte und Internet zu unterhalten. Viel Spaß mit den Citizens aus London, UK.
Hi, we're Citizens from London. I'm Tom, I play guitar.
Hi, I'm Tom.
Hello, I'm Mike, I play drums.
I'm Martin, I play bass.
And I'm Lawrence, I play keyboards. We've been on the road quite a long time, so it's nice to come to a city that's quite chilled out and have a few days just rehearsing, writing, hanging out and eating high quality burgers. It's been nice. There's so much more to it than that, but unfortunately for us, that's what it's been these last few days.
I guess defining what makes a professional might be a place to start. I mean, if yeah, exactly, it's a weird one because I mean, a lot of people, I mean, you might get a record deal and then put out albums and spend all your waking hours making music, but then still not get paid for it. So it depends whether you consider that professional.
I mean, there's a point where you're sitting in your room by yourself or practicing with your band and no one knows who you are and no one wants to hear it. And then there's a point where people, like record labels and these sorts of people who you can start working with, discover who you are. And I think to get from A to B, you need to be, you just need to put a lot of time in and write as much as you possibly can and try and find whatever it is that makes you original and unique and unlike all the other people out there who are trying to do it as well.
I think the best way to think of it, and it's kind of related to what Tom's saying, is just to spend as long as possible making sure what you do is special, like to you and unique. And you need to just spend every waking hour thinking about your art and your creation and why you want to be a creative artist. It's great to just play in bands with your friends and maybe play covers or whatever, just hang out. That's great fun, you can do that. But if you want to make it more than that, I wouldn't think about being a professional. I'd just think about making what you do special. And you just can't spend long enough doing that. You can't spend enough time with your guitar or your piano or your sequencers or, you know, pens and paper, just deciding what you are. And I think you'll learn more doing that than a million open mic nights or, you know, a million bad rehearsals with a band that you don't like. Just really find who you are and what you want to say. And then you can spend the time focusing on making that something special. I think you should find what you want to do and what you want to say first. Okay. Because I don't know if we would see ourselves as musicians. I think we'd see ourselves, struggle to use the word artist, but we're trying to realize something that we envisioned. And I think having a really clear idea of that is a good place to start.
I guess your manager sort of deals with a lot of the side that might, if you consider professional being monetarily, you know, paid for making music, I guess that more falls into something that your manager would look after, and you really want to just concentrate on making music.
Writing songs.
So recommend.
Yeah.
Without songs.
And I guess
You
have to figure out what your ambitions are. If your ambitions are solely to make money, then I guess we don't really know how to advise you with that because that's not really what we're out there for. I mean, we're if that was what we wanted to do, our music would probably sound different to the way it sounds. But that's really not our primary concern. But it's the whole of being in a band, progressing, playing bigger and bigger gigs, communicating with more and more people, and having the chance to play the music that we love is probably that's how I define success anyway. Yeah. And some bands do that and they make a lot of money. Some bands do that and they make a little bit of money. But as long as you're both out there, having pretty much the same experiences and enjoying it, then you're doing pretty well, I think.
I think it's a friend in terms of publicity because your music can travel all around the world in seconds, and you know, we've experienced it as a new band. People in the Philippines and Mexico have heard our music, and that's just the craziest thing, that that's happened so quickly. But obviously, to a certain extent, piracy is an enemy of money making for the music industry. I think what Tom was saying, what Martin was saying rather, is true, that our job as musicians is to try and not worry about that and think about it too much. We don't want to get involved in the business side. Kind of, I guess we feel like we've done as much networking as we need to. We now have people around us who can kind of take the weight of that thing and protect us against it. But I guess you just hope in the end that enough people are true fans who want to reward the artist for the music that they're listening to. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But certainly we've just released an album, and we've seen many of our fans have made the effort to buy it and like ordered it online. So and yeah, they order it online, so the internet's helped them out in that way.
I think buying records is really exciting. I still buy records, and I value the music that I buy so much more than the music that I burn from friends or whatever. I mean, I don't download illegal music, but I sometimes burn a CD from Mike or something, and I don't value that music as much as I value the music that I know I've bought myself. It's a strange one. And when people look back at the 60s, they don't go, oh yeah, it was an amazing time. You know, the Stones, the Beatles, Hendrix were all around, but you had to pay for their records. That was rubbish. You know, people parted with that money gladly because it was so exciting for them to buy that music.
It's a piece of art, not just a record, not just a collection of musical ideas, or like, you know, it's not just a collection of. Exactly, it's 12 inches of artwork and like a visual world as well. It's so kind of compatible, and I think we all love, buying records, as Tom said. You know, having something in your hand, and it just means so much more than a file.
Yeah, I download.
But you know, there's a generation of kids who have grown up who don't pay for music. Like, paying for music is alien to a generation of kids. You know, it's bizarre, but you know, I think we buy. You know, what can we do?
I think the legal download stuff is perfectly legitimate as well. I don't buy many records myself, but I get a lot of stuff from iTunes, and like got a good one in England called Boomcat, and some Beatport and places like that as well. But especially when you're traveling and away quite a lot, you don't get a chance. We've been in Berlin for 3 days and we haven't been to a record shop yet, so it's really great. I can still get music kind of immediately, so there's definitely a lot of pros to the internet still as well.
If anyone has bought our album and they've got a spare copy and they want to send us one, we haven't seen a copy yet because we've been on tour for so long, so we'd like one. That would be nice.
Hey, my name's Tom from Citizens. I take care of lead vocals.
Hi, I'm Lawrence. I play keyboards in Citizens.
I'm Martin from Citizens. I play bass.
Hello, I'm Mike. I play drums in Citizens.
And I'm Tom. I play guitar in Citizens.